Alright guys, what's good? Looks like we're live. It's your boy Allende coming to you from Authentic Alphas again. And today we are going across the pond to ask the question, what is a high value man? So I think we have a young lady from Dublin or London, England, something like that. So we're going to find out. What else? See how many people we got. All right, so we already got some people already jumped on. So guys, let me know if the audio is good. You know, hit the like button and all that other good stuff. We get rolling. Hello, mate. What's up?
You alright?
Amy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm from Dublin. It's very, very important that you would say that, not England, yeah?
Isn't that like in Ireland or something like that?
No.
Where is it at?
Ireland. Dublin's in Ireland, and I live in London in England.
No, that's what I'm saying. So you are from Ireland?
Yeah. I am from Ireland.
Okay, yeah. Good. How long have you been in London?
13 years.
So which is better, Ireland or London?
Ireland.
So where's the dating better?
London.
Where are the guys better?
America.
Oh, okay. Interesting, because I don't think American women agree with that, but let's get into it. All right, so you are how old and what do you do for a living?
I'm 34 and I'm a legal executive for a US law firm.
Yeah, we gotta love that accent. With or without children?
With the son. I have a 4-year-old son.
Only one?
Only one, yeah.
All right, so married, single, divorced, or fucking around?
Single.
Okay, but you're not fucking around.
Sometimes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you said you've been in London. You said 13 years?
13 years, yeah.
And you were directly from Ireland to London?
Yeah, from Dublin to London, yeah.
All right, so were you doing the single independent thing in Ireland, or that's what you moved to London to do?
Yeah, no, I was single in Ireland as well, in Dublin. I was in a relationship and then single, and then moved to London single, then got in a relationship, and then got in another relationship, and then had a baby, and then single again.
All right, so I'm trying to see what are the similarities and what are the differences between the women in your part of the world versus America, because I think the guys have some of the same complaints, and I think the women also have very similar complaints. So what is it like trying to date, I guess, I don't know, more so, are you finding issues and difficulty with the single mother thing or with the career woman thing?
I suppose both are similar in some aspects, whereas you just don't have much free time. So it's quite hard to get out there and meet people in person. So I've been on the dating apps and stuff like that.
What dating apps are you on?
Tinder and Hinge.
Tinder and Hinge. And you're not having good results with neither?
No. I'm looking for American men, isn't it? So there's not many in London.
I'm confused. How you're looking for American men in general, or you looking for an American guy that decided to relocate to
London? Yeah.
I don't hear that often, to be honest with you. I'm sure it happens. I just hardly ever hear anything like, "Yeah, man, I'm moving to London."
There's a few. There's a good few. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah. So what, they're already taken? They're already taken, or they're too busy enjoying all the options?
Yeah, they're enjoying the options, I think.
Yeah, well, see, I think that's what women are running into all around the world, and I'm wondering why the logic isn't clicking, because the women are all liking the same guys, basically, and then they're wondering why they can't have one exclusively. I mean, it's called mathematics.
Yeah.
And if guys like variety and options, then why would
they're not going to change?
Yeah, why would the guys isolate themselves to one female when they have the numbers advantage?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I'm trying to figure out at what, I mean, is this something that women even consider? Do women actually stop and think, well, I want a rich guy? Most women want a rich guy. I want a tall guy. Most women want a tall guy. I want this foreign guy. Most women want that foreign guy. I mean, does that even factor in?
I've changed my status recently to put down over 6 foot, has to be American or with an accent, Arab. I've just really cut it down to exactly what I want. So, but only recently have I realised what I really want or what I'm really attracted to. So, yeah, I think it does help, but yeah, as you said, it's a numbers game. So a lot of the time, these guys have the pick of the pond, you know. So
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm trying to figure out, man. I don't see how that's a strategy. Like, women's strategy is let me narrow the filtering as of what I want.
yeah,
I'm really confused.
yeah,
It's not that what you want is not in existence. It's does what you want you. So let me ask you this: are you familiar with the late Kevin Samuels? Did he make his way across the pond in popularity?
no, I don't know.
You're not familiar with Kevin Samuels?
No,
Okay, while I'm by no means trying to continue his work, I'm continuing my work, which some would say is somewhat similar. I don't really see it. But one of the main things that he was known for is getting modern women to actually stop for a moment and realize that they have preferences. They have desires, right? They have a list of things that they would like in a man. And guess what? Oh, gee golly. Men actually have opinions and preferences and desires too. Wow. Wow, what a shocker. But it's amazing that adult women never seem to actually consider that guys that are 6'4", they also have a brain. They also have a favorite color. They also have like cars they like, certain countries they'd rather live in. And guess what? They have preferences in women too. So it's just amazing that women are quick to say, I want a guy that's this tall, I want a guy that makes this kind of money, all this kind of stuff. And they never actually think for a moment that he actually has like an opinion too. Like he wants some stuff too. So how could it be about only what the woman wants if she needs the guy to cooperate? You need that guy to want you back. You understand what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
And,
yeah, no.
and what you just stated is literally what I see almost every modern woman doing, which is thinking that she can narrow the search based on what she wants rather than what she offers. They don't put that in the profile. They don't say, hey, let me take a time out from all the many things I want and let me tell you what I have to offer. And maybe that will be the bait that will get a guy to message me and say, hey, I see that you like to do this. I see that you're offering that. I see that you bring this to the said table. But no, the space that they get to write out a bio or to write out information in the profile, they strictly use that space to describe what they want. Which I think is interesting because the man is the buyer. And when you're listing an item for sale, you list the features of that item. You list what is attractive about that item. I have this for sale. It's this model. It has this amount of miles. It's in this condition. You see what I'm trying to say? You tell the person what that thing you're selling,
That's so funny because I've never even thought of this before.
No,
I've never.
That's my point. And Kevin Samuels made a career pointing that out to women.
I know it's crazy because I don't put down my height. I don't put down that I've got a son. I don't put down. I think I put down that I'm a legal executive or I work in legal. But yeah, I don't put down. I put down that I'm Irish. I've got an accent. But yeah, I don't put down a lot of stuff that I've got to offer. It's predominantly what I'm looking for.
Those aren't things you have to offer, though. There's another thing I noticed. Even when women do describe themselves, they don't describe things that are of any use or benefit to the guy. But when they list what they want, it's all things that benefit them. I want a guy that's tall. Well, that would benefit you. I want a guy that has a certain type of income. Well, that would benefit you. I want a guy that's a professional. Well, that would benefit you. I want a guy that's from this particular country. That would benefit you. It's like everything that they say about the guy they're interested in is all things that would directly benefit the woman. But yet when they list their characteristics, none of them benefit him. I'm in this field. Okay, that does what for the guy? I have two children. Okay, that does what for the guy? That's somebody else's children, right? I'm this age. Okay, I've had my fun. Okay, how does you having your fun already help me. I'm so confused. I don't have any time for games. Oh, so you don't have time for games or fun? So what exactly do you have time for? You see what I mean? So I'm not surprised that women aren't getting good results on dating apps, and I could have predicted the results that they are getting, which is men taking them for a spin while they decide which of these many women do I want to take a test drive on next. And then the women complain, all these guys just expect sex. Well, there's other women on the dating app that are having sex with them, so why would they not expect sex? And then it's like, oh, these guys, they just want to hook up and have a good time. Well, yeah, that's kind of what men would like to do with women. I mean, we maybe we haven't had our fun. Maybe we're on the app for fun. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they act shocked that they're getting the result they're getting, and I mean,
I still believe though in meeting people. Like I still believe in a connection and an instant first sight and an instant connection and people meeting authentically. I think is just, I still prefer that. I still just think that that's so much better.
let me ask you this. What do you think the difference between believing something and knowing something? What do you think the difference is in those two?
I believe that it's better, and I know that it's better from my own experience. So
No. I'm asking you, what do you think the difference is between those two states of mind? I believe this versus I know this. What is the difference between the two?
something is you know, and then something is you don't know. I believe, I think something is going to happen.
Well, let me give some examples of how they differ. Okay, knowing something is void of bias. Has nothing to do with your feelings, has nothing to do with your opinions. You know it because it's a reality, it's a provable fact. Whereas what you believe is going to be heavily influenced by what you want to believe, by what you feel. The next thing is knowing something generally takes some effort because you're going to have to take the time to actually prove that. You're going to have to probably take some type of risk. So there's a lot involved in how you would come to know something. Whereas believing something takes very little time or effort. You can just choose to believe it or choose not to believe it. So it's very dangerous. This belief thing is what I'm trying to say. It's very dangerous to not believe something that's true or to believe something that's not true.
Yeah.
So I think that women are really operating on the hope system, and it's just not healthy. It's not a healthy way to do anything in life. It's really not. Let me just throw this basketball up and hope it goes in.
Hope the best.
Or I can practice my jump shot, and then it's more likely to go in. You know what I mean? Let me just hope I get a really great career. I could probably work towards it, make sure I have the skill set, make sure I network my ass off and know the right people and put myself in the right position after having said skill set. So now I qualify for a good career, and I'm making sure to mingle with the right people that could pull some strings and make that happen. That's a hell of a lot more effective than, I hope I get a good career. And I feel like that's the strategy to get man. That's the strategy to get a good man.
I think if I had to put the same work into what I did for my career.
Oh, absolutely.
My law degree,
then you'd have
my
that man.
Legal exec, all this is hard work. I came to the States, took my New York bar. If I had done all this and put the work and the study in on men, my outcome in life, I wouldn't be a single mum right now. So
yeah, well, I mean, this is another point that Kevin Samuels would make to women, and it's just he's popular for making that point. It's not that he's the first guy to figure that out or the first guy to try to share that bit of, reality with women. I myself have been saying this to people in general for years, male or female. You can't sit here and complain about the things you don't have in your life when all you have to do is ask yourself, why do you have the things you do have in your life? Because that's what you put effort into. Da-da! Why does this woman have a degree? Because that's what she worked for. You don't say. Why does she have her own home at 35? Because that's what she worked for, unless she stole it from her ex-husband. But generally speaking, people have the things they put time and effort, sacrifice into. Yeah, that's what they have. So it's like when people
Yeah.
ask me why am I sub 5% body fat, I don't know. Probably because I diet every fucking day. Probably because I'm doing exercise every day. I don't know. Probably because I have a consistent lifestyle that leads to that. Just guessing. How does an obese person get obese? The
Yeah.
consistency of that. So it's really not rocket fucking science. But yet women will put all this time and effort into career. They'll put all this time and effort into their friends. And then they'll turn a certain age and you know what they have? A career and their friends. Right? But no man. And then they wonder why they don't have a man. They act like someone gypped them. Like somehow they missed the free man handout. The good man handout. What day were they handing out
Yeah.
good men that I fell asleep, that I overslept? I overslept on the day when they were handing out good men. No. You did nothing in your life to work towards attracting and keeping a good man. That's why you have the career, the car, the house, and not the good man.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, why is this like an epiphany moment for women? Why was that not common sense going in?
I don't know. I think it stems from a young age, and I think it should be taught in schools. To be honest, I think it should be the way it's taught, how we should study. And I was always taught from my mum to work hard, and my dad, like, you have to get your career. It was always career.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in school they should teach relationships and teach like good morals, and
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, that's madness. That's not the school. That's not the school's responsibility. But here's the problem. The problem is schools are corrupt. So you're operating under the pretense that schools are here to help children. Absolutely not. Schools are here to indoctrinate children, and this is why we have what we have in our society. None of this is an accident. Women are a victim of the conditioning that was all planned. They wanted women to be independent. They wanted women to be out there working like men. They wanted the households to be broken up. They wanted men to have no power or respect in their own house. They wanted them not to have domain over their children. This was all a plan. And women fell for it because they sucked the education up. They sucked the entertainment up. They read the tabloid magazines. They watched Sex and the City. They listened to the music. And it all gave the same message. Go out there, be strong and independent, girl. You don't need no man. Be a boss bitch. The problem is it doesn't line up with the biology. The biology is a woman wants and needs a man. That's her biology.
Yeah.
The message is, girl, you don't need no man. So it's conflicting messages. And then they either never realize it or they realize it when it's too late. And now the younger girls have an opportunity to fuck their lives up by doing the exact same thing. And the time to land a quality man is in a woman's youth. But of course, if you say that to women, they do what I said earlier, which is choose not to believe that. The evidence is everywhere, but they choose not to believe it. They choose to say, oh, that's hate speech. That's misogyny. That you're objectifying women. You're robbing the cradle. Really? So if men were to start denying that women want guys that are successful and have status and make more money than the average man, what would we be? We'd be considered stupid for sitting here saying, no, women don't want guys that are successful. No, they don't. That is absolutely not true. Stop objectifying. Stop gold digging. That's hate speech. That's misandry. Women do not want men that are taller than them, more successful than them, and accomplished than them. That's not true. But this is exactly what women do. You try to tell them exactly what men want, and they say, They want degrees. They want successful, strong, independent women. That's what they want. No, that's absolutely not what they want. What are you talking? Where have you been? So, I'm just wondering why is it so common that women ignore the signs around them when it comes to men and dating? I mean, I've seen women date older men in their early 20s and then turn around in their late 30s and 40s and act shocked that men their age are dating younger women. And I'm just like, what the fuck were you doing 15 years ago?
Yeah.
You were dating dudes that were 20 years older than you. What are you saying right now? Oh, he's robbing the cradle. He's what? When you were 22, you were grown. Couldn't nobody tell you anything. You weren't in a cradle. What are you saying, woman? So it's just amazing to me, and I don't see guys doing that. I see guys finally accepting, okay, the girls my age want older guys. Okay, the girls my age want guys that have more money, have nicer cars, have more to offer, have nicer places. Okay, I'm going to accept failure, or I'm going to work hard. And when they do work hard and acquire these things, then here you go with women their age telling them and shaming them for enjoying the pretty young women that come along with that accomplishment. Shaming them for wanting to, have fun, date around, see multiple women, be quote unquote shallow and date women for their beauty. Right? I find that very, very interesting because nobody's allowed to say that to women when they're young. Nobody's allowed to say, oh, all you want to do is party. All you want to do is go out. All you want to do is travel, an older men's wallet. All you want to do is be taken out. All you want to do is be taken shopping. All you want to do is be taken on expensive dates and being made to feel special. How dare you? Nobody's allowed to say that to younger women. But when guys become successful and accomplished and distinguished, somehow they're misogynist, materialistic, shallow pieces of shit for wanting to be 38 dating a 24-year-old. Huh. Interesting. For wanting to have a convertible with a pretty thin blonde in it that's barely 24. Now he's a piece of shit now. But when he was 24, he couldn't date a 24-year-old. Nope. They were all too busy dating older guys, even if they were married. Even if they were married. These women would still go with those older guys. So let me ask you this, and be honest. What was the age category of men you were dating between the age of 18 and 25?
Older.
Oh.
Always older guys.
I'm shocked.
And recently I've been dating younger guys, which is crazy.
I'm shocked again, right? No, I see that all the time. You know why? Because when I was that age, I was enjoying plenty of sugar mamas when I was in my mid-20s. Plenty of them. And I knew they didn't really give a shit. I knew they just wanted to feel young again. They wanted to feel sexy. They wanted to be validated. Okay, cool. And I wanted to learn some shit about women. So it was mutual. Right? But that was my thing. Between the age of like 23 and 26, I was all about the women in their 30s.
Yeah.
All right? Let's spend that alimony money together, girl. Spend that alimony money. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Your husband bought you a nice house. All right? Let's christen this whole damn house. Let's do it on the granite countertops. Yeah. So yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. Right? And the husband is going through the divorce. He's barely seeing his kids. He's being torn apart. He's losing his property, half his shit, the whole 9 yards. And you know what? 3 to 5 years later, you know what he's doing? He's rebuilding and he's dating women half the age of his ex-wife. And then that's the time when she starts getting mad now. She starts getting mad and pissed off and jealous. But when he was, crying and considering suicide, she didn't give a shit then. She was too busy dating guys my age. And I've seen this play over and over and over and over again. And then when the divorce is fresh and the man is ruined and destroyed, she doesn't care. She's still using the kids like a bargaining chip. Right? She's still running back and forth to family court, demanding more, wanting more, give me more. I need to maintain this lifestyle that you provided for me with your hard work and labor. But the moment that the guy comes from up under that rock and he says, okay, I finally got myself another place and, got me a little motorcycle now because I can't afford another car because my wife took the, whatever. But you know what? I think I'm going to get on Tinder. I think I'm going to start dating again. Oh, wow, this little 23-year-old actually likes me? Okay, cool, let's do that. And then the wife finds out, and then now it's a whole big problem.
I don't know. I've not been married and I've not been divorced, so I haven't lived that.
But you know women, though. But you know women.
I know women, yeah.
And you mean to tell me you don't see women have their little boy toys after a breakup or a divorce?
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
And then you see them get jealous when the ex-husband finally gets someone else.
Yeah.
Who's usually going to be younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, so you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, women talk. So let me ask you another question real quick, off topic. Not only in your own personal experience, but other women that you've spoken to and had the heart-to-heart over a glass of wine. On average, are women satisfied in the bedroom? Is the average man, or I don't know, should I say average man? Because most women don't want to date the average man. But generally speaking, are women satisfied with the men in their sex life?
It's 50-50, to be honest.
I've heard the 50-50 thing. I've heard it.
Yeah, it's 50-50, I think. Some of my friends are the ones that are happily married and are in a relationship are happy. Some of us that are single are happy. Some of us are single that aren't. Mm-hmm. and some that are married that aren't. So I think it's like 50-50 split, really.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, and through my friends direct. So
I don't think it's as high as 50-50. I think you're capping. I think most guys don't know what their way around a vagina whatsoever. Um, and I think that women are still being very selective with the guys that they even give a chance. And the number is still below 50. Finding the landing strip. That's what I think. That's what I believe. Which is interesting because if the women are being very selective in the guys that they even try, and the majority of the guys still aren't making it happen, I think that's interesting. And at the end of the day, a lot more than 50% of women are bringing men to orgasm, so to speak. When guys sleep with women, more than 50% of the time they're going to finish. So either way, the numbers are far from even. Far from even. But I think it explains why women aren't as interested in sex with the percentage of men that men are with women. Men are interested in sex with majority of women, whereas women are only interested in sex with a very small minority of men.
Yeah.
And the guys act like somebody stole their bike. Like, oh, she doesn't want to hook up with me. Why is she acting like this? It's like, yeah. If you were a woman or you actually spoke to him, you would know. And women aren't necessarily honest with guys about these type of things, right? And like I've said before, the irony is the guys that they're honest with about it are the guys who don't have that problem. The guys that are it's satisfaction guaranteed, those are the guys that they'll be open with on those particular topics. Okay, so I'm just looking here in the chat, see if there's anything interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's like so many more females starting to watch my channel, which I think is interesting because my channel is not geared towards females at all. Yeah. Tamper Supreme says, bro, they say you are gay. I got to unsub. Unsub, bitch. Like, go. Don't let the door hit you. You sound like a fucking dumbass. I'm gay with a men's channel interviewing women. Bro, there's plenty of gay stuff in the industry. Like, I would just be in the gay market. So, if you're that weak-minded and you believe rumors, then I wouldn't want you here neither way, Tamper Supreme. So, I wouldn't miss you, buddy. And I like the fact that you want the attention so bad that you, like, put it in the comments. Just unsub. Like, why don't you ghost like bitches ghost you? How about that? You don't got to make an announcement. Nobody gives a shit. All right, so.
He's not gay, firsthand, I know.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, he's not gay, firsthand, I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shit that's funny because the women, like all the women that have, because women hit me up all the time and like, bro, they're like, I seen this, this, and this, and they think it's funny. Like, they're tickled by it. And the women are like congratulating me. They're like, bro, you made it. And I'm like, what do you say? Like, baby, if guys, when people start saying that, that means that you've arrived. I'm like, okay. They're like, you didn't see that episode of Sex in the City? I'm like, I've seen every episode of Sex in the City. That makes you gay. Huh? No, it makes you really interested in women and how their minds work, like the opposite of gay. But supposedly there's an episode, and I did kind of remember it, but there was an episode where I think, what was it, Samantha was dating an actor, and then the tabloids started saying that he was allegedly gay, and then the girls were celebrating it because they were like, oh my God, he's about to be famous. Once they start saying that, you're on your way, buddy. And I love the fact that that's the best that they can come up with. So I feel like it's a double fold because when you have random people that you don't know who don't know you that are like questioning your sexuality, that's number one. That means you're on a whole nother level now because you're so concerned with me. But the next thing is that that's the best that you got. The best that you got to attack me is something that number one isn't even true, and then number two, if it was true. In this day and age, it would be celebrated. It wouldn't even be like, oh my God, he's gay, it's over for him. It'd be like, now I have a whole nother fan base now. Now there'd be a bunch of guys watching my shit like, I love your dreads. So are you single? So yeah, the market would open up. So it's like not even a bad thing. But the fact that that's the best they got, I'm like, I'm fucking bulletproof. That's the best you got. You can't tell me something about my baby mama. You can't tell me something about my finances. You can't tell me something about my appearance. You can't tell me about how I got my ass kicked. Like, that's the best you got for me is I heard you was gay, yo. Gotta unsub. So I am definitely I'm tickled by it, because in this space there's so much infighting and guys attacking each other and talking shit about each other and trying to find dirt on each other, and I'm like, that's the best that you got for me? That's because the shit I hear about other people is like, ugh, damn, bro, that's kind of embarrassing. It's fucked up. But the best they have for me is, I heard you were gay. You're suspect, yo. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I hear guys going bankrupt. Guys got women over 40. Guys hiding that they're married. I mean, women accusing dudes of sexual misconduct. There's a whole bunch of stuff that these guys are calling each other out for. And the best that these guys can come up with for me is not only a rumor, but based on information I already gave them. So it's like, where's the exposure? They exposed you for dancing in a gay club. You mean the same club that I told everyone on my channel a long time ago that I danced at? That's not exposing me. You can't expose me with something that's common knowledge, right? But so anyhow, the next thing I wanted to ask you that I find women having trouble answering this is, let's say hypothetically, right? There's these guys out there, and they're tall, they're handsome, they're gentlemen, they're well-spoken, everything, all the above, right? What now is the expectation of a woman to be deserving or worthy of this type of guy that they all seem to describe? What is it that you got to have now that's going to make that guy say, oh, okay, yeah, I want to be with you?
I think it's instantly looks. I think you think that you have to look as amazing as you can. So have your hair done, nails done, everything done. Makeup, dress good, sexy, professional, all in one. And then just have a professionalism about yourself, not to come across too desperate, and I suppose have some sort of character. I think people nowadays don't have much character, so have banter and have something about themselves that's authentic and different, whatever that might be. If it's your spirituality, if it's your whatever rocks your boat, I suppose, but something a little bit different that stands out from the crowd.
Yeah, but I still think all those things you listed are still kind of vague. They're still kind of vague. Yeah. And the question is, none of those things sound like things that most women wouldn't necessarily possess. So that I think right there is the battle for women. It's like, okay, the things that you want in a dude, right, are things that are very hard to acquire. He would have had to have worked for those things. He would have had to earn those things. He would have had to compete against other men and win. He'd have to beat other men. So direct competition, right? Direct combat, combat mating, right? Now, here's the thing, though. The things that women list are either things they do for themselves or things that most women can provide. I mean, beauty, you're fucking born with that. I mean, come on now. I mean, what's really going on? So how does that give you an edge over other women? I think is the struggle that women have, is that what are you bringing to the table that it's so unique that you had to fight for it, you had to work for it, you had to compete for it, you had to train for it, you had to, you know what I mean? You had to put in all this time to develop these skills. What skills? Beauty is a skill now? Because if that's the case, most women can either possess it or they can fake it, right? So what are we going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Most women don't seem to know the answer to that. I do appreciate that you're not triggered by these questions. You're willing to admit that you don't know. Most women actually get upset. They get triggered. They get pissed, and then they start trying to project things and hominids, and they start trying to attack the person that's asking these questions' character, and gets real messy real fast, and it's just like, God damn, we're just asking some pretty standard questions here.
Yeah.
Because we're allowed to ask those questions when the tables turn. We're allowed to ask a guy, so what do you bring to the table? What is it about you that's supposed to make you attractive? So why should you be with her? Why do you deserve this beautiful woman? Huh? What do you have? What do you got? It's like, what the fuck? How are you going to treat her? You going to treat her right? How you going to treat her? Nobody's asking women how they're going to treat a dude. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, we already know that, guys are primarily interested in women sexually. And then women, what do? They do that whole projection thing again. All men want is sex. Men just want one thing. Stop. What it is that majority of women are only offering the one thing. So cut that shit out. You can't go to a taco place and then the people at the taco place be like, that's all you want is tacos? All you want is tacos? That's all you want is tacos? It's like, that's all the fuck you got on the menu. All you have on the menu is tacos. What do you want me to do? So this is the thing that women do. If the guy just takes the pussy and goes about his business, then all of a sudden he's wrong for only wanting sex. And then it's like, well, what were all the other things that you were offering? All right. Let me real quick give a shout out to Jennifer Grover with the $10 super chat. My name is spelled AYindei. This spelling is very creative though. Sorry if I spelled your name wrong. Yeah, you did. I honestly think the politicians, world leaders are conspiring to pit women and men against each other. Well, it's a lot deeper than that. Politicians don't actually have any power. It's one of the fallacies of our society is that people actually think politicians have power. They have absolutely no power. Neither do celebrities, neither do athletes, actors, or anything of the sort. They're all in the exact same job description. Their job is to distract, to misinform, and to usher in ways of thinking that the elites want. So that's why, for some reason, celebrities and athletes always get into politics. They always have ideologies. They always are supporting something or against something. You notice that? Notice motherfuckers can't just shut up and play basketball. Notice actors can't just act in movies and just that's it. Go home after that. No, they always got to get involved in some other stuff. Well, because that's their job. Their job is to be likable, to gain fans, and then once they do that, to persuade their fans to do, think, say, and act like the elites would like them. And we have to say elites because guess what? We don't know who these people are. We don't know who they are by name because they're behind the curtain. That's the whole point. They give you the politician so that you can identify someone. You can put a name with a face. That's why they give you a president, so that you can blame shit on Trump. Blame it on Biden. Blame it. While the people that make those decisions, you've never heard of them and you cannot recognize them. That's how that works, okay? Get it? So it's kind of like when you're a young boy and you're selling drugs on the corner, you're selling dope. You don't see the person that actually brings the dope in. You don't see the person that actually makes the profit off the dope. You see the young, dumb, naive, fatherless guy who's just out here trying to make some money and hustle and glamorizing the drug dealer lifestyle. That's who you see. And that's who gets arrested and goes to jail. Right? While the people that bring in the drugs, they never go to jail. You never see them. And the people that give the drugs to these young guys, you never see them either. Well, that's the system, right? So yes, that's true, but like I said, it gets a lot deeper than that. I think what we should be concerned with is why they want to break up the nuclear family. Why is that important? That mothers and fathers don't stay together and raise their children. So yeah, Amy, I don't want you to feel bad that you don't know the answer to that. Like you said, they don't raise us up on that information. They don't raise us up allowing us to learn from our parents and grandparents. They break up that nuclear family so that the traditions don't get passed down. And that's why the women don't learn how to attract and secure a husband. What they learn is how to be what you said. Beautiful, attractive, have their hair done, nails done, all this other shit. They learn how to be physically appealing, which is obviously temporary. It gets you laid. It gets a guy to want to have sex with you. They understand that part, but they don't understand how to get a guy from wanting to sleep with them to saying, I want to be with this woman for the rest of my life. I want to marry this woman. I want to have children with her. I want to build a family. I want to have a life with her. I want to count on her, and I want her to be able to count on me. So the women have no idea how to get that type of response or reaction from men today, right? So
Yeah.
it's a problem, and mothers can't teach this to their daughters. Okay, all mothers can do is allow their daughters to dress like sluts and get a bunch of male attention. They can't actually explain what's going on in a boy's head and what means what. So the girl just goes out there thinking, I'm looking cute, I'm dressing for me. Why are you trying to control me? And the father's like, okay, well, the message you're sending to boys is that you're easy. And that's in direct conflict to I'm special, I'm a good woman, I'm a good girl. You should cherish me, you should work hard for me, you should appreciate me, you should be with me, you should care for me, you should protect me, you should love me. All of that is contrary to easy. So they're literally sending the direct opposite message of what they want to send and then wondering why they're not getting the result from guys that they want. So, and then equally, the fathers are supposed to be teaching the sons how to tell the difference between the girls you just have fun with and the girls that you make your girlfriend, right? So you got a lot of guys nowadays that are dating the thoughts. They're dating these promiscuous girls because they don't know the difference, and all the girls seem promiscuous. So it's like, what good girls? Wait, what do you mean? All these girls are twerking. All these girls are dressed like this. All these girls have Instagram. Like all these girls are. What are you talking about? So yeah, it starts when we're young, and it's not something that you learn as you go. Right? There's a lot of people like that out here doing things and trying to learn as they go. You don't learn how to drive as you go. You don't put somebody behind the steering wheel that's never driven before and say, all right, just pull out into the highway and do it. Go ahead, do it. Get out there, get in the traffic and do it. It's not how it works. You're gonna fucking die. And I think that's what's happening in dating is that young people are just jumping into dating and they're trying to learn as they go rather than having those talks with their mothers and their fathers, their aunts, their uncles, their older brothers and older sisters, and being gradually prepared for that social interaction, that relationship that involves attraction and sex and all that kind of stuff. It's different than making friends. It's different than getting your working papers and getting your first job. Those are all different experiences with a completely different risk level. Right. And so where are these people learning this stuff from? Social media, TV, movies. And then they're failing miserably. And then men and women are pointing the finger at each other. The men are saying it's the women are saying it's the men. And it's not. It's not. It's the education. It's the parents that are failing these young people. And it's because their parents failed them. And so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right? And the entertainers are failing us. The celebrities are failing us. Because those are the role models now. The social media influencers now are failing us. Okay? So now you don't even have to be a movie star to trick people. You could just be somebody with a lot of followers on Instagram. And you have influence. And the question is, how are you going to use that influence? So you have beautiful women, right, who obviously have influence over men. But the question is, when you're young and beautiful, how was Amy using her influence on the guys that you were interacting with?
When I was younger?
How were you influencing the men? The men that were attracted to you, they wanted to sleep with you. What were you doing with your influence? What were you getting them to do? Encouraging these guys to do?
Nothing.
No, you had to be something. You're going to direct that energy. So when they're giving you that interest, they're giving you that attention, what are you doing with that energy? Where are you directing it?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I used to dress like you'd say. I dress up, and then I was in a relationship when I was quite young. How I got with him was I chased him. So I think, my energy was on, okay, I like this guy. I want him. So I got him. Is that what you mean, or?
No, I mean like, okay, now that you got my attention, what do you want me to do? What am I doing with it?
Oh,
Because
okay.
women get guys' attention, and then it's like, okay, well, what do you want the guy to do? Because he'll do anything for a Klondike bar, and
Yeah, yeah,
I'm trying to be respectful because
yeah,
supposedly I
yeah, yeah,
curse too much and I call women derogatory names, so I have to try to turn
yeah.
down the Brooklyn and use all these other terms, which so many YouTubers have done, and I just thought it was fun and it was entertainment. Now I'm realizing they were trying to protect themselves and be somewhat professional and YouTube friendly.
Sleep with
So,
them, isn't it? It's just that's it. It's just to sleep with you.
well,
It's like the
well,
end.
that's what I'm
So,
saying. That's what I'm saying. Traditionally, when men were getting married, back in the day, I don't know how many days back you want to go, but back when, women were expected to be virgins until marriage, because I don't believe
yeah,
that many women were actually virgins until marriage. I think they were just really good at keeping it hushy, hush, hush. Because obviously it would ruin their marketability and their reputation to know that they were not virgins before marriage. But in any event, the point is that a large incentive in men proposing and even becoming, stable enough to even present themselves as a fiance or a groom was because they wanted the Klondike bar. They wanted something that
yeah,
punani.
yeah,
So the point is that men will do a lot for some punani. I mean, watch the Discovery Channel. I mean, deers will damn near kill each other with those antlers to compete for some deer vagina. Bears
yeah,
will almost kill each other for some bear vagina. If you look at the animal kingdom, the male of the species will be willing to fight, compete, whatever, against other men, other males, even if they're bigger than him, in an attempt to try to get some access to some vagina. So there's a lot of motivation. There's a lot of power and influence in the power of the puss. And I think women in the past were using it a hell of a lot better. I think they were making men better or making men become better to even have a shot at the puss. I mean, there was what was it? The white handkerchief or whatever. But there was a time when like dudes were expected to go to the military by 18, and if they didn't, none of the women would date them. None of the women would talk to them, date them, nothing. You were considered a coward
yeah,
because you didn't want to go join the draft and go fight for your country. So they would give women like these white handkerchiefs or some shit, and if a guy pussed out on the draft, she would just give him the white handkerchief and he'd get no pussy, right? So the point I'm making is that when they say the power of the pussy, that there really is something there. It's just that it's
yeah,
being misappropriated today. Today it's like, oh, you really, really like me? Okay, take me to a really expensive restaurant so I could post it on my social media. Maybe you could buy me some new shoes so I could show those off and make some other women jealous. Let me see. What other trivial bullshit can I have you waste your money on? Let me see. Let me see. Wait, did you like my last picture that I posted? That's very important. Make sure you like all my pictures. Okay, what else? No, add me on Snap. Why haven't you added me on Snap? Add me on Snap. Okay, what else can I get you to do that's fucking worthless? What other useless shit can I get you to do as a man? That's what it is today. When in the
yeah.
past, it was like, yo, go make something of yourself. Go get a driver's license. Go buy your first car. Go build a house. Go build a cabin. You know what I mean? There was so many things that, oh, I really want her father to like me. You know what I mean? Guys were willing to do anything to get a peek
Yeah.
at it. And now, the things that they have men doing to get a shot at some vagina aren't things that improve the society or the individual. So it's wasted energy, and young boys are full of that, that thirst for the vagina. Hold on, I feel like I missed the super chat here. So okay, so Jennifer Grover again with the $5 super chat. I like this young lady, Amy. She is very beautiful and very sweet and insightful. Aw, quit
Thanks.
lesboing. Quit lesboing over here, Jen. Oh yeah, I don't know if you wanted to give out your Instagram. I don't go out of my way, but some people want that. I never had the power as a woman that I had at 16 or 17. So Jennifer is admitting that when you're young and in your prime as a female, you do have a magic wand.
Yeah.
And she also says, oh no, I read that one already. Sorry, I read that one already.
You can read it again if you want.
Sweetheart, honestly, yes, it is the responsibility of people dating, but honestly, I believe there are outside forces that are trying to rip society apart in every way. No, I mean, listen. I believe that majority of humanity is victimized. I just think it's interesting that they convince them that they're victims of other shit. That's the funny thing. It's like they convince them that it's racism, it's sexism, it's homophobia. Like, no, it's conditioning, it's indoctrination, it's the public school system, it's the entertainment system. Like, you are being victimized, but by the same people that are telling you that you're being victimized by some other people. that's what's happening. The left is telling you that it's the fault of the right. The right saying it's the left. The white people are being told it's black people. The black people are being told it's white. It's yeah. Everybody's blaming somebody else. But yeah, guys, it's just the plain old 1%ers. It's the elites. They want to keep us divided. Divide and conquer. Really not anything genius there. It's not genius what they're doing. It's not even new. Same old shit they've been running. And men and women are better together. That's a fact. And you can see it on a small scale. You can see it on a large scale. How many of us know a guy that was like not really taking life too seriously, kind of lazy, floating around, playing video games, doing his thing, whatever, not a care in the world. And then he knocked some chick up, had a baby, and got focused. All of a sudden, he got focused, right? He's taking life seriously. He got to make money. He got people counting on him. He's responsible now. Yeah, that's the power of, having people depending on you. When you have a woman and you have kids, even nephews and nieces, you're like, damn, I got to set a good example. I got to be there. I got to be strong for them. So people definitely are better when they work together. Men and women are better together. Men, or good men at least, give women purpose. Give them purpose. Keep them on their grind. Validate them when they do the right thing for the right reason. And then women, like I was saying earlier, they got the poom poom, right? And that can be very motivating to men. So a good woman points a man in the right direction and rewards him with some punani, right? Rewards him with some punani for accomplishments and all that kind of shit. So, somebody was in my comments earlier today talking about men stay single and stay away from women. I was like, man, get your punk ass out of here. Talking about stay single and stay away from women. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up, bro. I hate that message. Stay away from women. No, bro. Better yourself so that you have better options and more leverage, and then be smart and highly selective about the woman that you pick. Don't avoid women. What kind of weird shit is that? And I'm supposed to be the gay one. Y'all over here telling each other to stay away from women. It's fucking bizarre. You wouldn't be here if your daddy stayed away from women. So come on, man. Don't say stupid stuff. If you want to quit quietly. Stop telling other men to quit and to be a MGTOW monk or whatever. This is a terrible message. And it's not a message that men should be giving each other, right? If you can't tell a man how to accomplish what it is that he truly wants, then just shut your ass up. Keep your mouth shut. That's like somebody saying, oh man, I really want to make the basketball team. You're like, man, forget basketball, man. Basketball, we don't need it. Watch golf. If that kid really wants to play basketball and you can't help him achieve that goal, shut up. Shut your ass up. Stop telling people to quit because you're a quitter. That really irritates me, guys. I really don't like that. So don't put those type of comments on my page because it's my damn page. Okay? It will be erased and you'll probably be blocked for all of that type of negative defeatist talk. I don't like guys telling other guys to give up. Period. Okay? Don't want to have to keep telling guys to stop doing that shit. That's the problem with the manosphere now, is that everybody's a quitter and a giver-upper and a crybaby and a whiner and blaming women and blaming society, and it's the unfair court systems and it's all this other shit. I like the guys that are solution-orientated. They're like, yo, guys, don't get married on papers. Don't sign no papers. If you want to live with a woman, but be smart. Live with the right woman. Make sure you pick the woman smart, and then make sure you put, things in place to protect yourself. So that it doesn't, you cushion the potential, I don't know what's the word, but, obviously there's risks in life. Okay, that doesn't mean you lock yourself in a closet and wear padding all over your body and don't get on airplanes. And that's not what avoiding risk is about. Okay, you don't eliminate risk to zero by not participating. That's like saying, "Oh, so many bad things could happen with sex, so just be abstinent." Is that what you really want to do? You just want to be abstinent? That's what you want to do? You want to play with yourself for the rest of your life? Or you want to learn how to actually interact with women and try to make the process as safe as possible? I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not going to be abstinent from shit if I truly want to do it. If I'm truly passionate about it and I want to do it, then I'm going to figure out a safer way to interact with that thing. All right, guys. So I am trying to keep these streams shorter. Sometimes I'm successful in that goal. Usually I'm not. But I wanted to keep this one to 60 minutes, and I'm at 55 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. So I don't think Amy's coming back on. I don't know what really happened there. She fell off. Might be some technical difficulties. So I might just use this as an opportunity to skedaddle. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I'll probably be back on tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I'm just super busy lately, guys, so I haven't really been able to plan much or be too consistent. But I will be starting next week in Mexico, in a whole nother country, yo. So we got some cuties lined up in Mexico for the in-person interviews. So that's gonna be interesting. And yeah, I'm gonna be asking them a lot of questions about American guys and what our value is out there, what our advantages are out there. And you know, they're telling you they like white guys, they like tall guys, not so tall guys. They're not really worried about how much money you make so much, just more so how you treat them. And I can actually say, guys, that that's not cap. I can say firsthand, honestly, Mexican women are very humble. They are very humble. They are very appreciative. They're very polite. They're very feminine. And they're very helpful. They're like super, super helpful. They're always trying to like help and do what you need them to do and make things easier for you. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It really is. I would love to like move to Mexico full time again this time, and have some businesses and be able to put some beautiful women to work, because they work hard and they're loyal and they're committed. And coming from the West, that's something we don't get, guys. So you know, we appreciate what we don't get, right? We value what's scarce. All right, guys. So just be prepared for more of that. And like I said, I will be talking to a lot of girls in Mexico that aren't Mexicans. I don't think it's like, I don't really like Mexicans though, Allende. Don't worry about it, man. It's going to be some variety. All right, guys? All right, man. So that's about it. I want to eat again. I'm hungry. I want to go back to the gym, lift more weights and shit like that. I'll catch you guys later. Email me. There's a lot of guys emailing me. It's all good. I check my email like hourly. So I'll get back to you at the earliest convenience and all that kind of stuff. All right. Keep it authentic. Peace.